these guys are driving home, best IGL of all time, potentially most impactful opera of all time in some ways, and they still were able to take down a very strong Liquid. I mean, as much as Liquid are kind of the butt of the joke sometimes these days, they were actually looking really good. And oh my god, Shock's showing a brand new form.
Is that what he's bringing to the table this evening?
Yeah.
How long do you think he's been waiting for that one tap? Misses the second, hits the third, and Masuda also gets Bubsky down. So 5 versus 2, Team Vitality looking very clean as Astralis tried to work their way down to the B site. So a 2v5 attempt. Bit of a ramp peek. Lucky trying to piece together where exactly this is coming in from, whether the retake has to happen or, in this case, Vitality just forced the issue, swing out with them dual Berettas, and go ahead to take that pistol.
We got Apex in a new room?
Looks like it.
Yeah, new room. He's got some antlers on the mountain up there. All right. This is a great shot. I mean, wow. Oof. And the second one, too. Shox has this way about the way, like sometimes he has like perfect recoil control. I know it's just a USP, but the way it shoots is as if he's just got zero resistance in that gun, right?
Laser beams.
Yeah, laser beams.
You know, it's been quite some time since Astralis as an organization took a BO3 victory over Vitality. The last time would have been when the classic 5-man Astralis roster was still in the server, and that was at the very end, the conclusion of Blast 2020. The World Finals, they got the best of them. Ever since we've seen Astralis in different flavors, in flux, it has been Vitality over and over. And obviously very recently as well, so.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting one because since then, I mean, in that period, Vitality dropped off a lot. They definitely, Zywoo stayed very consistent throughout the year, but I mean, even with his performances, it just wasn't enough for them to win. There were just too many pieces that weren't showing up. But Vitality now, it's a real coming together of the system, and it feels like they're actually getting close to where they were at the tail end of 2020 with their consistency. And even Apex, this event is having a great event as compared to like Pro League, where they just were.
Famas at a bit of a distance, up close, Masuda as well. On the other end, both proximities of the map being held by the SMGs. Zywoo with a double. Apex gets a second chance, but Bubsky is the one who gets the kill. And he's all that's left up. That was a Glock to blue box. I repeat, Glock to blue box kill.
Well, they had the full Glock win over Liquid last series. Fearsome with it. I don't think they spent time practicing too much with those. Zywoo is such a threat outside. I mean, there's always like the Zywoo simple comparison, but they have their own ways of playing the game for sure. They have distinct styles. Zywoo very clean and optimized, and I think one thing that stands out for him is just the way, the number of different kinds of positions that he plays and looks like a role player in all of them. The way he controls yard outside, oftentimes not with an op at all, and how comfortable he is when he does so. So I think that's what I'm going to be looking for specifically with Vitality here.
I'd say as mobile as well, man. I'm always stunned by how quick Simple is to reposition all around the map. Nobody seems more comfortable than him.
No one rotates more than Simple on Nuke. Absolutely not. And no one's better on CT side Nuke than Simple in the entire world.
You know, sometimes you see those like roller skating derbies. There's that one guy who's been there clearly for 30 years just doing pirouettes and spins. That's Simple when it comes to Nuke.
Just the strongest calves on the rink.
Dude, Viden.
It's got giant drama calves.
And the buys in from Astralis. 5 AKs. Utility still somewhat there, but a nice position from Apex is what gets this one started.
Damn,
and that's going to serve as the activation. Everybody else runs into the ramp room. Zywoo gives them a little bit of space. In fact, I'd say a bit more space.
Well, I kind of read that attack, actually. They didn't peek out for the jump in a ramp, saw they were coming forward. That's how smart he is. I don't know how he had that tip, but he read that situation perfectly.
Shox comes back up from the B site. May have been spotted. Bubsky seeming very focused on the closer peak, not so much mini, and then Dupree's going to go and clear it. So yeah, sure enough, just as Shox came up from vent, his kneecap must have been seen. And then the hut peek from Lucky. Damn, that's crisp. Kyojin gets deleted. And Kyojin inside of the A site of Nuke, I think that's something that we'll have to talk about as the CT side of Vitality keeps going.
Maybe we could talk about it now.
How about you let me finish this 4v3?
You think this is going to happen?
How about you wait until the save's confirmed?
We're going to wait until Kyojin gets another gun. Yeah.
Okay, you can go.
All right. So Kyojin it's obviously his worst spot on any map. It's actually what Apex said in the interview with Banks yesterday, maybe,
Yeah.
that this is pretty much the only thing they have to worry about right now. That if they fix, you know, the CT side of Nuke, especially with the upper, where everyone's trying to hit upper and kill Kyojin, then they don't really have anything to worry about for the most part. And that's just so palpably true. We've all seen it. And in the history of their upper Nuke in this last year with Kyojin coming on, they originally had Masuda working with Kyojin to play upper, but there was clearly no leadership when it was them two. It felt like they were both off on their own islands, not talking to each other, taking turns dying a lot. And so they moved Shox in, so you get some additional leadership, and Shox an individual stepped up quite a bit. And they have Kyojin, who now, you might actually see him get a 3K here or there, and that is not a knock on him because it was actually him just getting flashed, not getting a kill almost ever on these site holds, which became just such a glaring vulnerability for them. And it seems like that he is getting better. I will say that. It does seem like he is getting better. Still a bit inconsistent, but getting better. So here it is. No op, just rifle up. And the amount of times that he'll peek the side of red like that with a rifle is astounding. But they kill him getting away.
Ooh, Bubsky, so close. Down to a third of his HP, but inside of Secret, nonetheless. And he's not alone here. Dupree, the bomb carrier, also at the top of Secret, could come back up, challenge into Mini. We'll see. Xyp9x in the meantime doing his own thing over towards the ramp room. And Lucky looking to join forces. But his cross is not going to be made very easy. He still gets away with the kill versus Apex and takes no damage for it. So I'll eat my words. That seems simple enough. Man advantage here for Astralis, looking to tie this game at 2. Masuda, though, that ramp duel. The flex position, the opposite side of the map, doesn't go the way of Astralis. And then Lucky trying to get into the secret stairs because Dupree's got this bomb on site, also caught. So Vitality doing a very good job of getting back man advantage, wrestling it from the hands of their opponents. And despite this post-plant, we'll see if the retake gets going.
Speeds up a bit because of this Lucky death. He definitely had the keys to go for the lurk, but decided to try to join forces with them down Secret. Now in the 2v3, let's see if they can make something happen.
2 incendiaries for the retake. One hits the backside of the site. They can throw the other one on dark, or now that they know someone's in control, maybe they hold on. Dupree will get busted up, and Kyojin now has to clutch. Bubsky, 34 health. Remember, weakened from his initial cross. And he's doing a good job of playing with the doors. That's it. Astralis hang on to the B bomb site. They get the job done, and they tie this at 2.
Beautiful between Bubsky and Dupree. He plays off him. Uses Dupree, knows where he is, that he can draw some attention. Dupree has the audio cues to allow Bubsky to be able to peek either the door or the window, and Bubsky gets his kills. That's all that really matters for Bubsky. Historically, he's had some trouble fitting into the team on T-side Nuke, and that's something that even with Glaive, where Bubsky joined the team, this is one of the kind of standout spots in a bad way for Bubsky, but he has worked on it a bit. I think he's still not having the best event right now. Still think negative KD across like the last 10 or 11 maps, something like that. But definitely, I think improving on Nuke, I think, has learned a lot. So, all right, Vitality will go ahead and call a pause. This is an interesting one. They probably just have something grand to go over. I doubt they're talking about issues so much as the future in this tack.
That's who you have on your screen right now. The future. Oh, it was ZywOo.
Shox is still. He's still the
future.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, he's the past and the present.
Shox is crazy, man. He's one of those versatile players in history. It has been hybriding a little bit more often on Vitality as well, which is something new for them. And in the past, was a very strong hybrid on a lot of the top French teams that he used to play on as well.
So the ball very much in the hands of Astralis coming into round 5.
They looking for the Zai.
They go with the silent cross, right? Numbers will not be known to the CTs. We saw Lucky get caught last round because of this gap between the 2 front runners and then everything behind it.
Yeah, sorry. So this right here, there's a huge gap, right? They have the outside smokes, but there's no one in secret to defend. No one has rotated down lower as well. So this could be just an incredible gap where the bomb could get planted and no one can rotate down. It really depends if Astralis realize that there's no one here to stop us, but it's not a fake. There really just is no one here. But it looks like they might actually second guess themselves, come back upstairs where the CTs are waiting.
Oh, Dupree just throws himself into the smoke. Apex does the damage through it because of the audio cues, and then ZywOo cleans that up. A war of flashbangs unfolds inside of Garage, and Apex tries to get into the mix. Lucky was never able to get that bomb across the secret, so as you primed it, you know, that open B bomb site, it was open in the 5v5, it's still open in the 3v5, and that's where Astralis will find themselves entering into the site. But now Masuda actually has come a couple steps closer. Shox is going to play this patient. Why? Numbers advantage. They're comfortable Vitality. They're going to try to push as the bomb's going down, which it will, and Lucky finds himself 1v4, but he's being swarmed, and he drops Apex at the very least. ZywOo gets this done. Vitality back to their lead. There was a chance there, but a lack of information, a lack of certainty, and a lack of conviction led Astralis to play this into Vitality's hand.
Yeah, I thought that they were playing into the doubt, but now I'm doubting myself just because Vitality didn't have full guns. So that means they could have just blindly stacked upper as opposed to, oh, this is a tendency. If Astralis don't see anyone downstairs, they might come back upstairs. I'm not so sure it's that. But these days, I am so inclined to believe that Apex does have a hand in some of these really great gambles and stuff because he has shown such amazing calls in the most recent games and recent tournaments for Vitality. He's definitely got it together in a big way on the IGL front. Nice
flash there from Will, made evident by the replay. ZywOo, once he gets blind, bounces one off of the wall to his left, and you saw it stop the front runner. Kyojin's just going to try to tuck his head down. We've already got this hut pop into the A site. Xyp9x will take Shox, but then falls himself. So bomb has hit the ground, and so has Kyojin. 3 versus 2 with ZywOo inside the site, but Lucky with the Tech 9. That is a big kill. Opens up site momentarily. Damage back versus Astralis. Lucky's in with another kill. Masuda gives chase, and he's got 2 M4 headshots for that 4th Vitality round win.
Beautiful. 1-on-2 from Masuda to tie things up neatly there. And that was Lucky with a beautiful shot onto ZywOo in the back of the site. Didn't see that happening. But you gotta say, Lucky, he has gotten very bright-eyed, especially off this last series. The impact was pure on Dust 2 last match, both halves.
Especially the second.
Yeah, especially the second. So many clutch kills for sure.
And you know, we've been listening to the Astralis players, those around him say like, yeah, the improvements are evident. And then we've been kind of waiting to see that stick in the officials and be very clear inside of the server. Well, that victory over Liquid has to be attributed to Lucky's map 3 performance. Think of the high he is riding coming into this challenge versus Vitality.
Yeah, Maniac mentioned it, and it's just true when you look at a lot of the players that are even in the server, like Masuda, for example. You know, we've got to extend a kind of a grace period for players like Kyojin and Lucky who are just coming in.
The jump offsets Crosshair, still Masuda with the double, and the big spray from Apex. ZywOo's here to get it. He lends a helping hand. Apex is like, did you see all those shots? You see that damage output?
You stole my kills.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mood is good. Cleanup is good.
Apex drops into the alt chat. I thought you were dead. Mamma mia.
Mamma mia, he says.
Apex says mamma mia.
Yeah.
Thought he was French. Turns out he's Italian. Astralis gets through the couple of challenging rounds, back into the guns. Kyojin MP9. That's okay. Sit on top of hut, or in his case, rafters at the moment. Playing that much further above his enemies, potentially.
Waiting to see these same smokes come out outside, and what you know, what goes through Magic's mind in this situation, because he was able to get so much control off of these smokes last time, and it wasn't interrupted. So here they throw the smokes again, which can cause a movement. It looks like he's going to try to sneak in a squeaky. This is one of his pocket plays. It works well this time. Great flash from Lucky. And now upstairs is under threat.
Yeah, we've got ZywOo in the back of the site, and Kyojin has fallen off of the rafters to play inside of the hut. Oh, Apex comes out from vent, doesn't quite get his kill. Bubsky bettering him. Kyojin, there's been so many bullets flying beyond, but it's really going to be Magisk inside of Heaven that could unravel this. ZywOo has to watch it as his teammate comes up the ladder and presents his face on a silver platter. Now in the 2v5, Bubsky getting Kyojin. ZywOo, huge clutch attempt, but never meant to happen. That is Astralis right back at it. So Magisk, like you said, one of his pocket plays, comes into Mini. We had Shox fully blinded, wasn't able to stop anything. And Astralis take that one with conviction.
Yeah, he does it off the same smokes. Again, it's the flash from Lucky that does the most. And I believe it's a flash that comes from Mini, because I don't think Lucky was outside to flash over Mini. Sorry, comes from inside Squeaky. And it works out just beautifully. Now, the ridiculous part about that is we're following Magic's itinerary as he wraps slowly outside. ZywOo is aware of his rotation more than Masuda is coming up the ladder and gets caught off there. Uh-oh.
Already opening up.
Trouble in paradise.
Yeah, limited guns. Astralis starting to find a little bit of tempo here. Variations on this outer play as well. This time, no wall of smokes. They still feel confident enough to just get themselves into secret. Oh, patience pays off. Now just one M4, and in the exact same spot as his fallen comrade. Oh, nice. Masuda, if only he was able to snap that second. Then we're really talking.
Masuda the shooter?
Not bad.
All right.
Vitality still leading by 1, 5-4. But this is a very quick opening outside. Bubsky taking that first duel, takes Apex's head off. Apex kind of getting pushed around the server at the moment.
Yeah, he likes to get rambunctious with it. So they throw the smoke to clear the back of Mini. Look like a slow default. They end up just running across outside. Anti-eco for them. Vitality have the right answer. They know they're coming outside, but they don't get the kill. So another pressure play here. Nade out of the Squeaky. And of course, the value of this is it occupies the CTs. It puts pressure on them for not having smokes, which is really important on upper. But in this situation, on the double save, Vitality are chilling outside. They've got one man inside of the hut. And they'll sit and wait for the cross.
The only real point to note, Vitality have a 1 Zeus in this round. 1 Zeus in the hands of Shocks inside of hut. If you're into that kind of stuff, then keep your eyes wide. The WSP peak on the rooftop nets them nothing. Magisk, easy anti-ecos, big wall of smokes, and they're going to use that mini routing to try and take it to A site. So Shocks, yeah, the taser, not quite.
Yeah. Magisk just shouldered all the ammo, like 50 cents out here. So many bullets in the chest. Didn't even flinch.
Now he's going to invest in vitamin water.
I like the way... and then just get out of rap. Make all his money there. I like the way that Astralis are moving. Let's see if they can do something. Again, we have a couple of ecos to kind of pad our perceptions here. But these outside plays have been nice. And as you mentioned, so much variety. Different tempos, different smokes, different plays. So I'm so curious. What's the answer going to be right here? You know, because at this point, there's so much conditioning that's gone into outside that it's going to be on the mind of Vitality whether it gets used or not, which means it'll affect their movements whether Astralis cross or not. They throw those same smokes if they want to. They have so much power in those smokes now. But for that reason, you don't want to overcommit when you see those smokes because it could be a fast upstairs play we saw Zip do earlier on. Let's see what the move is going to be. Grenades are slightly low here. We're missing some incendiaries for Vitality. So this is a big situation where if you can read the money, it'll tell you a lot. But okay, quick tactic. Ooh, Apex out in the open in front of Mini. But you can see they were forcing the attention outside. Trade comes down for them.
Like a deer in the headlights, man. Nice crisp headshot from Free as well.
Yeah.
Shocks, though, this could be the big one. He just heard Dupree jump, plays the sound cue beautifully. Shocks, killer instinct. Killer instinct. And now it's Masuda's turn. Sure enough, Bubsky offers himself up. There is an op holding over the shoulder of Zipex, but Zipex needs no assistance. What he needs is more HP. He's left on 11 in this 2 versus 2.
Thanks.
Must have drank that bottle before he filled it with gas.
Okay, so it's a fake to lower to try to draw a rotate out. It doesn't come, and they've still got a full kit on Lucky as well, which means they have options. They're careful not to use that utility, knowing they're going to try something else. And the idea behind faking lower is try to pull people out of the rafters, so they feel like now they can get into heaven.
Correct.
Yeah, they
drop bomb over because Zipex is so low HP that he's just going to stay up in heaven.
So we know,
or no, just going to bait peek. Okay.
You know, inside hut, by Squeaky, by the vent is normally where people are going to be. And
the timing.
A Kyojin, if he's very careful, he'll be able to see feet. This is not a strong spot. But Zipex is so wise to come back out.
Damn. And then they walk away, but somebody has to drop and plant. Now that's going to happen.
Bomb has been planted.
Very smooth. Very good use of a low HP player. And Zip just playing around with timing gets the better of Kyojin. Shocks, though. Capable of a clutch. Man's won a couple here and there, but not this time. No, the double peak. Very well timed by Astralis.
Wow.
Just nice time in terms of the individual play from I almost said Zippix. And then also nice timing in terms of peaking at the same time to really finish that one off. So very clean 2v2 to close that from Astralis. We've got to sing their praise. They now lead this T side by 1.
This is a very exciting T side for Astralis. You can see how much leadership went into this from Zippix. The whole thing was planned out. Those next 30 seconds, as soon as he went downstairs, they knew what they wanted to get out of it. And of course, those fakes are particularly impactful when you're in a 2v2 like this. Another eco earned is Vitality. Have pistols on the upstairs site. Bubsky takes a small peek, and I think he does see someone with a pistol out.
Potential for a ramp push. Masuda and Zaiwu versus Lucky. And Lucky's far enough forward that they could grab that AK, challenge the lobby players perhaps. No challenge to the red box either with these deagles, just very much offering that part of the map over. Instead, it's a passive position inside of Garage to just watch the mini entrance. Shox has a little bit of support, and that allows him to keep his eyes towards the lobby push. So if I'm Astralis, then the best case is play this outside, and with a wall of smokes primed, maybe they go, or, what do you know, another variation. We've seen a lot of these from them, but because of the walls of smoke, we see Vitality decide to get aggressive, and that was audio offered for sure.
I think they heard that, right?
They had to have heard it.
It's a weird situation because they did expel some of their utility. Man, they are reading this so well.
I do not pity the fool. Oh, another. Nah. Kyojin only good for the 1. Still, 30 seconds, like a dangerous game in terms of timing. Shox is just going to try to landmine himself inside of the site, but Bubsky posted on him pretty quickly. And Dupree with a headshot versus Apex through the smoke. Masuda taking him out at the kneecaps, and Zaiwu, we know what he can do with the D. He's got Dupree, and Lucky's supposed to follow, but Lucky, we need to see it from his POV, the double headshot pop, and Astralis with a 7-5 lead.
Nice discipline. I think he forgot to charge his mouse once because he had that thing on a wire. I don't think it's on a wire anymore. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, just hits him in the back.
Beautiful stuff nonetheless. This is just trust, man. There's a lot of chaos going on this T side. You can tell that, there's a few decisions being made simultaneously. They're acting on the fly, but they're really trusting their instincts and all going together, which is huge. The trade potential is enormous right now for Astralis. It's a very unique T side to what I've ever seen from them, to be honest. And I'd like to say there's been a lot of bandaging around this upstairs site idea from Vitality, knowing it's going to get bullied, but so much of the game plan for Astralis early on has been towards outside. It must be catching them off guard.
Apex gets flushed out, but he'll be okay with that because it helps him with the timing. Magisk had his head turned. Back into the 4v4. Maybe they take this train towards ramp room. Masuda's going to be committed to this. Oh my god, he tried to turn as if another flash was coming. Damn.
That's a highway robbery right there. No trade as well.
Marginal error, and it costs him. Lucky should have possibly got that, but
interesting.
Apex is able to recover, and Bubsky dives down the vents. He does have the bomb with him, so Zippix is going to be kind of left to do his own thing, and he slides out, getting the better of Zaiwu. Now, eventually, Zippix needs to get down to this B bomb site, but Bubsky's given a 1v1, and he takes Apex's head off. However, timing. Was Kyojin spotted?
I think it's just known. I think it's just known what his rotation here is coming from upper, and we've got lobby control as well. Door swings. Bubsky's totally safe in front of control doors. Gives himself exit route and can fight. Another 2vx here for Zippix, and Bubs doing well. And Zippix has to trust Bubs to get his kills downstairs, and likewise for Zippix, low HP inside of the Squeaky to be impactful and not too slow, because he's so low that he can't just walk out towards Squeaky and drop the vent. It's not going to happen. So he's got to take some crazy wide swing like he did. Apex did a lot in that round to try to make up for the losses they had, but it wasn't enough. Definitely Masuda got a touch on Lucky there inside of the ramp. But look at the timings that Astralis are finding. The chaos is working so well.
They're thriving in it. 6 rounds in a row now for Astralis. From 2-5 to 8-5. Very nice recovery on this T side. A couple more rounds to go and not much to stop it. ZywOo, shadow advantage. Easy gut punch versus Dupree, and almost a recovery for the second. But Bubzkii bests him. Shock's looking to take that place. But it's not just Bubzkii outside. We still have Magisk just outside of the garage. In the meantime, Xyp9x yet again playing around from the squeaky door. Shock's does damage. Bubzkii's gonna fade away, and that's gonna have Magisk attacking the back of Shock's. Shock's almost able to get ahead of that one. He does 50 damage to the 2 players outer, but again, it's so limited here for Vitality that you'd think it has to be a 9th. It has to be a 9th for Astralis.
It's got to be coming soon. What a half. What a half this has been. Yeah,
out of nowhere. I feel like once it just that tempo, that chaos, the carnage, it came out of what felt like a bit of a stuttered start.
And again, normally this match is one that can be kind of inconclusive or just for a few dollars, but this one's for World Finals points for second place in the standings currently. Yep. Still some matches to be played, but Vitality do not want to lose this match. Astralis, this is like, if they grab this now, this is points just to make it to this, giant prize pool at the end of the year. And yeah, it comes down to this one series. So this is huge for both teams. And Astralis, it just looked like they took that first game and warmed up completely. We saw Nuke. I feel like it didn't look anything like this versus Liquid.
Yeah, they used that 40 minutes in between to just reinvent themselves entirely.
Yeah.
Ooh, hey. Oh. He did die. Bubzkii killed him.
Okay.
For the record.
So one more thing that they can try. Magisk clasps his hands, and it's one of the situations where they've got so much power in the conditioning, they can get away with a lot of plays right now. He could try his squeaky, his mini lurk. They could try to cross outside. We noticed there's so much outside pressure. Not most of the rounds have actually ended up going down in a secret, however. A lot of the rounds have ended up with kills coming out of yard, which has also been interesting and kind of unique.
Big fast push. This is it. This is how they want to end it. With a bang, not a whimper. Into the A site. There you go. 2 kills, but then Masuda stops it. Triple kill from Masuda. Now that is what we saw out of him previously so far in this group. Masuda's multi-kills with massive impact. Finally, he's able to piece one together here versus Astralis as they trail by 4. Magisk 1v2. Low health on both his opponents, but maybe the element of surprise certainly has time. That much for certain.
This
Apex, oh no.
He tried to connect the smoke so that he could block off Magisk. He was actually using it to get outside. They are right beside each other. Okay, finally he'll get spotted.
Oh,
but he can't hit the spray. Magisk, 28 HP, and Masuda, low, has already gotten the 3K in the round. Will it all be for naught? 50 seconds. He fakes a ladder run up. Masuda is on the side of the map where he can use the vents if he wants to, but he's got to make sure that he doesn't get faked out, and Magisk is coming back up to lobby.
Yeah, dude, Magisk trying to pull all the magic tricks. He's jumping at the bottom of ladder, jumping down the base of ramp, and currently walking through lobby. Masuda tucked inside a squeaky. Let's see if the patience of Masuda works. Had he gone B, then there was no way Masuda could have stopped the bomb plant. And with this deep commitment, it doesn't look like he'll reach it either. But it all depends on the plant position. If he assumes he's up in heaven...
No, he wouldn't. He's got to be planning backside in this situation. Oh, he has a smoke to use as well, actually.
5 seconds to spare. Commits to it. Will he expect Masuda to have walked up this close? Masuda, big multi-kill, Magisk, AK back out, but he's not paying attention. Predicts the mini peek. Instead, Masuda uses that time to close in. And so will Vitality, at least by one more round. 3 is the lead for Astralis as they swap to their CT side. They had
it was a few months where things were just so crazy. It didn't feel like it wasn't clear who was going to become good. Vitality would recover. Just glad to see it happening. And Astralis definitely improving a lot with this roster of new players, kind of. All right.
I'm all for it.
Upper hit may be coming. Let's see if they try to die for the vents or not.
The age-old MM classic. Dual Berettas on the hut. And a vent drop.
And a vent drop, yes. All the fixing.
Everything that you can do from home. Magisk dives into dark. 3 players down here on the floor with him. He's looking to dance, but they're looking to murder. Oh, nicely done. Apex taps into Lucky's head, and a 5v2 for Vitality. Very comfortable opening pistol on this T side, but hey, 2 guns better than 1.
The strat is very, very, very simple. And okay, so you have 5 people running towards Squeaky. You're nading the door open. You're throwing this smoke that lands that connects the Squeaky to Mini. You're mollying the top of hut so no one can stand up there and shoot you as you go to Squeaky. You throw a flash deep into Mini to make sure that everyone's blinded in there. You get down, you leave one person, Squeaky, your last guy, and then your other 4 players wrap both sides, decon and control room. And there should be no CTs down that early. That's the idea behind running through Squeaky as opposed to going towards ramp or otherwise. And once you do that, you saw Magisk. He squeezes for control. He tries to drop into this dark position, but it's a little bit too late. He gets spotted on the way in, and it's just how quickly Vitality transitioned from actually going through with this attack and actually getting out of control window, all this stuff, opening the decon door that made it so that the adjustment couldn't come in time. So the ferocity, just like we saw from Astralis in the first half, works extremely well here for Vitality.
Scout on Lucky. Deagles, and of course those dual Berettas still within the mix. See if Astralis kind of cools off. They don't cool off.
That was clean. That was very clean.
Crispy boy.
He's one of those high HSP oppers too.
I feel like he is riding the high of qualifying for the fall finals.
Sure.
Like
yeah.
this has to, I mean, it's unarguably the best day of Lucky's CSGO career.
Sure.
It's the best day of his life.
True.
If CS is his life.
Right. Yeah. Could very well be. Unless he was like a kid. Maybe he had a kid. It could have been the best day of his life.
Sure.
Reserved for that, maybe.
Okay.
Great birthday. Maybe we went to Chuck E. Cheese and won like a bunch of tickets and won, you know, who knows the other things that could happen that would match up to qualifying for the fall finals. But yeah, I don't think he was going to, you know, getting set to win $425,000 at Chuck E. Cheese. So it could be. It could definitely be. No. And it's not even over yet. The best day never ends.
He hit that. It was damage.
He did so much damage just now.
As well. Like all those bullets hit. It looked like he hit nothing. In reality, he hit it all.
He just branded 3 players with a stamp.
Man hit the jackpot. And Magisk about to steal his gold. At least the first one. Suda's able to answer right away. Bubsky's deagle at a distance. Ooh, things are getting spicy.
I can just hear Maniac in the green room yelling, "Why does everyone have dualies?"
Yeah. Maniac was yelling all day today because he predicted Astralis. ZywOo. Open them their doors. Oh no. Or oh yes, depending on how you see the situation. Not ideal for ZywOo. 1 versus 3, 28 health, but a Mac 10 headshot to start. Dupree plays around with the sound, and Bubsky comes in big with the pistol kill. So Astralis right back to winning ways, despite Vitality taking the first one. Is that because Lucky primed those kills with his SSG08?
It is no coincidence at all. With the first kill, the second 2 tags as well, it just changes you. It changes a man to get hit that many times by a scout. So this round is all about Lucky. Everything else was a layup for Astralis. Absolutely no problem at all. First to hit double digits here.
Alley-ooped.
Steal back the momentum in a huge way. The 1AK is purchased up already for ZywOo, so I think they're going to try to buy behind it. And James did an interview with Apex like just now, and he was like, asking about questions that we could ask and stuff like that. And I had the question of, we see ZywOo doing a lot of the T-side entry fragging. Apex clarified this is like specifically something that happens a lot on Inferno, but he's just been really good at AK opening kills. And a lot of the times you don't want your very best player by a huge margin to go for a ton of opening kills or really hard entries, because that guy who entries oftentimes will die whether or not he's good because of flashbangs and pre-nades and stuff like that. But ZywOo is super comfortable in this role, and right now has the AK and also has far less concerns than he would on any regular rifle round as well. He can swing with reckless abandon and try to open up this round, and if he dies, the idea is his teammate can try again after him.
Ooh, he sees him, but he doesn't. But he does.
Oh my god.
But he doesn't. And then he dies.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen ZywOo die to a situation like that?
Hardly ever.
Hardly ever.
Yeah. I could keep my shoes on and count the amount of times.
Are you wearing shoes? Yeah, you're wearing shoes.
I'm wearing shoes, yeah.
Just double checking. Zipix, good grenade maybe? Could have been worse. And Shocks, Tech9 drive-by, channeling his inner Lucky, who fades away as to not give them a scout or an opening route to the A site. He's going to fall back as far as he possibly can, as high as he can, in fact, all the way up into heaven as his teammate Magisk positions outside on CT spawn. Dupree down at B. So really, even though Vitality have their hands on the AUG, There's not really anywhere for them to go with this.
It's just about reading the situation in this very powerful, sweaty angle here from Dupree. Should allow him to clean up just nicely. A Deagle waiting for him on the floor, but the Deagle can connect. Masuda goes down, and Dupree goes up a kill. 11-7 off that.
Sticks the landing.
Yeah, and now I think we'll have to actually have a proper save here from Vitality, sitting on just about 2K apiece. What is going to be the innovative eco strat of the day?
Look how long he's on the screen.
Yeah, and I guess because Magis was just perfectly still, it was hard to tell.
Oh, ZywOo, he's like apex predators. They hunt by movement.
Right, yeah. Magisk was able to turn his body heat down, so he didn't show up to the heat-seeking eyes of ZywOo.
Does that make ZywOo more of a dinosaur or like an AI? Ooh. I'm not sure. Maybe both. Why not both?
Yeah, Westworld dinosaur.
Magis, 2 kills. No, excuse me, 1. It's Lucky just picking off scout headshots. We're watching other players shoot at people, and before their damage gets the kill, Lucky's like, yoink, a yoink, and just shaving them off, man. Like, I don't even know where he was, obviously behind his teammates, but he's just stealing all the frags. Pop ZywOo's head.
Okay, he earned that one. Okay, he earned that one.
And then Bubsky finishes it all off. So 12-7, Astralis leading by 5. CT side looking good, but obviously that was Vitality getting through a mandatory save. Now the world is their oyster. And I hate oysters.
We had you try one. I'm going to make you try them again.
Yeah, well, Bubsky wants to try it again. Gets aggressive, gets into the lobby, deals with Kyojin, quick and easy. Do they go back for second servings? Whoa, Lucky up from secret. Bubsky side by side with Dupree, gets the bomb down, bests ZywOo. Full control Astralis.
Dude, this aggression is different. It is absolutely relentless what the CTs are doing right now.
It feels like they never stopped their T side.
Yes. I've seen, the last time I saw this, I mean, Glaive was falling. They use it against Furia, who, funnily enough,
Fight
one of the
fire
more
with
aggressive
fire.
teams, and they try to fight fire with fire exactly. And sometimes that can be the best way to break timings. But also, just like with anything in life, you should always lean into your strengths, right? And right now, they've got Bubsky on the team. They have Dupree. They have players who are really willing and able to go for very, very fast rounds, go for aggressive picks, and they want to make sure that they abuse that as much as possible. Got an Apex hand on face at the moment. Vitality go in for another save. This would be one hell of a clawback if they managed it. I'm not going to hold my breath. I won't lie to you. The amount of eco rounds that Astralis have put Vitality on means they've won every single critical swing round.
Flash prime for the hut peek. Kyojin eats it, but Bubsky leaves empty-handed. Oh my god, that utility damage is massive. Masuda down to 38. Apex softened slightly, and Vitality just kind of left corralled inside of lobby.
The other interesting part is that you have Bubsky playing upper now as an anchor, where before, when Glaive was on the team and Zipix wasn't, and he was a replacement, he was playing ramp.
Yep.
And he wasn't a great ramp player. He was just okay.
Yeah, did not feel like his area of expertise.
You know, he's getting like 15 kills a game average, just as many deaths as kills on the CT side usually. And I think he's able to do a lot more here on the CT side as an upper player in terms of aggression.
I feel like some of the more timid stances we've seen from Astralis are versus buys like this, like really minimizing the likelihood of mistakes. And nice spray. Zipix anchoring from the boxes, parks his ship upon the heads of Vitality. They get nothing.
Trying to get the schedule back on track.
Cinematic.
It was a cool smooth.
So Astralis back on fire. They lost the final round of the first half. They lost the first round of the second half. And now they have strung 5 in a row yet again. That is 12 of the last 14.
Wow, they had that short peek from Lucky. ZywOo bites on it. Masuda ends up becoming the victim, and he even gets away. This is already enormous impact from him. Nobody outside, but they can afford to give it up as long as they're aware of a timing like this. However, Apex has made haste. He's up here quite quickly, and it doesn't seem like anybody is watching the back of Heaven just yet. In fact, Lucky would not be running around this way if he thought Apex was above him. Lucky will get another kill, but Apex is getting information.
Ooh, but he's in the open. It's nice. Good, good.
One more.
Able to get back into the second. Magisk just going to buy his time. Players go past.
Oh, he thought Zywoo.
Yeah, he gets him in the back. Kyojin right there to clear it. 2v2 ensues. Astralis looking to lock in their 15th. And we've seen a few 2v2s. The majority of which go the way of Astralis. Now it falls on Zip. We've seen Lucky kind of siphon some of his clutch power as of late. See if the older of the two can get back on that high horse. Nice grenade damage into the back of the site. Kyojin sits on a quarter, but that's all he needs. Headshot connects. Vitality extinguish the flames of Astralis for now. Trailing by 6. The CT's still so close to victory.
Apex channeled his instant transmission to get into this position as quickly as he did. Yeah, it's because Shox isn't the only Dragon Ball Z fan on the team. And if he had not done that, it would have been a 5v3 with Lucky getting the first 2 opening kills, including a frag at ramp and outside on a teammate. So it was just all about Apex saving the day there. Not all heroes wear capes.
No hero should wear capes.
It's a tripping hazard, isn't it?
It is a tripping hazard.
Especially for the short kings out there.
Smokes for Vitality. Seen much less yard play compared to Astralis' T side. See what Magisk does in response. Ensures that anybody going to Secret's going to take massive damage. It's going to cool off Shox for a moment.
Wow.
Oh my god! Could that
Moneyball.
have been any better?
Literally no. Literally no.
Definition. Actually, I'm not even going to say of Lucky.
What?
Okay. Magisk, nice. Turns his head, keeps his gun on a swivel, stops Apex and Masuda, but he will not find a third. And the peek from Kyojin gets the edge back to the favor of Vitality. Zywoo getting better of Lucky. That was the big one. Bubsky, you know, we talked about the aggression and the players on Astralis and how that is kind of a bit more their strength now with this mixture. I like that move by Bubsky. Decides to take things into his own hands, rushes into the lobby, and gets us back 2v2.
Oh, they could feel a threat towards upstairs, but no, it also feels like a fake, right? Zywoo just shooting a little bit. However, Shox does walk out. Heaven player comes in, and Dupree's going to hear Zywoo walk by, but Bubsky gets killed, and Zywoo makes sure that no one can lurk upon them. They did survive up there.
Cerebral.
A little bit different, but yeah, that was a perfect with a 2v2. Gotta love that smoke, actually.
I want to see that Zywoo shot.
That's just insane. I mean, he just stopped like a hockey player on skates. Saw something he didn't like and got rid of it.
Yeah. Shaved ice. Vitality's reward, of course, pistols on the side of Astralis. Very quick one. All right, we're running right in. And Bubsky with Dupree, able to get a 5v3. Masuda and Kyojin quickly quell the threat inside the A site, but a back has been turned to Lucky. He's got 2 players within 1 bullet of this P250, and there's an AK right there. Now he's got some firepower. Doesn't have armor. Flash and fire. Very little to lose here. Very ambitious spray.
Knows he's low. Let's take the elevator out of here. Back to the Bat Cave. And just wants to see if he can get that free kill. But it won't happen. That was almost very, very
sketchy,
ugly.
man.
Yeah, very sketchy.
Yeah.
First 2 kills.
You know where Vitality's head is at? Let's rush him down. Then those 2 kills happen, and I can in my mind see Apex's face. Luckily, Masuda's big multi-kill claws it back for Vitality. They secure double digits themselves. So as much as we wanted to praise Astralis, you know, phenomenal first half, excellent start to the CT side. This is Vitality stringing rounds together, 3 of which in a row for the moment.
Yeah.
And obviously this third one versus the lesser weapons. So
You got to appreciate the conviction too.
Yes.
Sticking to this fast-paced gameplay, high octane. Wow, that's a lot of vodka at once, Apex. That's a lot of vodka.
hey man,
I'm not judging.
Doesn't have RPK by his side anymore, you know. The woe.
Yeah, true. We've all got to cope a little bit without a tank. Go buy his merch. Link on his Twitter.
It's true. From the same company that does Scream stuff.
2 peas in a pod.
2 pods and a pie. 2 pies in the face, call it the Creamy Moses.
That could be the PG name for it.
Guns back up, Mo.
It's still unlikely. I mean, you know, 3 great rounds, but such a strong lead, such a convincing half, even in this half for Astralis. Sure, their hopes are still very, very high. And
you saw that nade, right?
Yeah. So Dupree. I don't know. I might have been distracted. There's a lot of noise, and I think this because he got that kill. That just says so much about the round. Shox alone here. Xyp9x gets the molly up and the spray. That'll get a kill. Kyojin almost dies too.
Oh!
What a wall bang!
Yeah, Kyojin certainly dies to the cerebral senses of Lucky. I'm telling you, best day of his damn life.
I haven't seen
Get him out.
I haven't seen that angle with a wall bang work like that. That was brutal. That's going on live leak. Oh my god.
World star. Lucky finds timing versus Apex as well. Insult to injury. ZywOo walks out, hits the leg shot. Bubzkji surviving on 15 to take Astralis to 15, and he doesn't even crack a smirk.
That's crazy. It's all off the opening tactic from Dupree, and there's so much action still going on. Shox just totally isn't aware that the kill is coming. Oh, he goes for that wall bang twice. Wow, it's something that he's definitely thought about a lot. It wasn't offhand. That was beautiful. The ramp hold was beautiful from Xyp9x. The protocols were beautiful, understanding the rush was coming, and Lucky's lined up wallbang. Also very beautiful. 15 to 10, and what could be the last round of the game.
Ooh, nice nade. That's impactful as it hits ZywOo. Drops him to 42. 46 for Shox. No bullet shot, and yet 2 players from the Frenchman down low already. And physically down low towards the B site. Bubzkji, continuation spray to drop the bomb. Matches with a player turn. This is it, folks. Kyojin tasked with a massive clutch. Astralis are not only going to take the place in the Royal Arena over Liquid, but now they have a map advantage over Vitality as well. Think about it. We were in a place this morning where we thought Astralis would be at the showdown. And if they can take this series, then they're going to be above Vitality in the world final ranking as well. Huge placements to be secured off of the back of Lucky.
An insane dust to bring it into this series. And the fact that it's just continuing on is extraordinary. Kyojin against 5 Titans.
Got nowhere to run, bud.
No plant.
Nowhere to go, except to our next map, of course. Vertigo is where we will find you after the break. That, of course, being the map choice of Vitality. Vitality have traded maps before throughout this group, and we're going to see it yet